Page 10, Beauty and the Beast. You'll find all kinds of recordings of this, so you get an idea of really how fast this should go and all that. I'm going to make a few recommendations. I'm going to start with the right hand. Now again, they're putting the measure numbers in the little boxes at the beginning of each line, so I'm going to be referring to measure numbers, and you'll have to count over. So if I say measure 21, well, you got to find where the line where 21 would be, and then count either from 19 over or from 22 back, whichever. So I'm just going to use measure numbers. Follow the fingering they're telling you to follow. I'm going to make a few minor suggestions. Follow the fingering. Be careful with it, because it does, you don't know what's coming. Let's start with measure 21. Okay, you have a C in the right hand, a little finger, and then you're playing an E, and I recommend second finger on the E, because you need on measure 22, you need to play a D while you hold the C down, and so that fingering allows for that. Now for the eighth notes, I recommend a 2, 3, 1, and that 4-5 on measure 23, that's a substitute. You play with the fourth and put the fifth finger on it, and again, like we did before, use the second finger to play the E. All this while holding the C down. The C's tied over, right? And then the D in the next measure. And then you're back to their fingering. On page 13, measure 45. You're starting out with a B flat in the right hand, way down here. They're saying third finger on the A. It's fine. Don't have to. If that's because they're saying it's between phrases. See, I don't like their phrases because it's too choppy. It's just I'd prefer to tie them together if possible. When it's a comma, I might tie it together. However, on measure 45, that's a period, so that's definitely a break in the phrasing. So the time it takes you to move from here to here gives you the silence you need between the phrasing. That's fine. However, that quarter note, I'm going to hold one extra count. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. And I'm just going to hang on to the G just a little longer. At the end of this, on measure 49, you have a B flat in the right hand. Then they're telling you to go up and use your second finger. It's okay, not necessary. The B flat's here. You can just as easily put your fourth finger on it. Now again, it's a break between the phrase, so it's fine. But you can do a 4, 5, 3, 5. And it works too. And you got to work these fingers, the 3, 4, and 5 fingers more. Don't favor 1 and 2 all the time. Ugh. So good exercise. However, their fingering is fine if that's what you want to do. In the left hand, I have a few fingering suggestions for the left hand because I don't care for their fingering. For instance, on measure 9, they have a 5, 2, 1, 2, 1. We're back to that 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 all the time. I would do a 5, 2, 1, 3, 2. That's safer. And every time you run across this, and it's in a whole lot of places, do the same thing. Measure 10, different notes, it's still the same thing. Do 5, 2, 1, 3, 2. Now, they're telling you in measure 11 to, right, which is good. So you have that in a lot of places, just 3, 2 instead of a 2, 1. You get that over on page 12, same thing, 3, 2. On page 13, last two measures, you're starting out down here in the left hand. Now what, those last 3/8 notes, notice they're tied? So you're going to hold them down once you play it, you're going to hold it down with the fingers. Like that. Now the pedal's down and the sound will come around anyway, but still hold them down with the fingers, all the way to the end. Now the pedal, I have a few suggestions on the pedal. They are legato pedaling everything. They're just going to make it all mushy. And it sort of works at the beginning because the left hand is doing things. But when the left hand stops doing things on that last beat of the measure, I don't like it. That's okay. But when I get down to the third line on page 10, it's measure 9. It would be this if I pedal it the way they're saying to, and what it would be pedaling it twice each measure. I recommend lifting the pedal up on the 4th beat. Your left hand is down, you have a half note. You're going to hold it. So I would recommend on measures 9, 10, and 11, lift the pedal up on the 4th beat if you can. When your right hand plays that 8th note, the first 8th note on the 4th beat, lift the pedal up. Keep the left hand down. See if you can coordinate all that junk. You get it again on measure 16. You get it again on measure 20. Here you're lifting the left hand up too, so just lift the pedal up with the left hand. Measure 22, same thing, lift the pedal up with the left hand on the 4th beat. Measure 24, same thing. Measure 25 and 26, same thing, lift the pedal up. It's not so mushy. On page 12, measure 28, lift the pedal up. On measure 32, 33, 34, lift the pedal up. But you're back to half notes now, so you got to keep the left hand down. So lift the pedal up when the right hand plays that 8th note on the 4th beat, lift the pedal up there. Then on the last measure of the page, lift the pedal up on the 4th beat. I think that's about it for that. Otherwise, pedal it the way they've got it. Not a problem, right? Let's try this out. We're going to play pages 10 and 11, and then we're going to stop, turn the page, I'll count us in again, and we'll play pages 12 and 13, slowly. Right hand here, left hand, foot's on the pedal, 4 counts. 1, 2, ready and go, and stop, turn the page, put your hands where they go, and here we are. 1, 2, ready and go, and 4 off.